Hi. First, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Hassan Louz, a PhD student at Sultan Moulay Slimane University in the Laboratory of Georesources and Environment, supervised by Professor Jamila Rice. My talk today will be about Beni Millel Teghlif Geotrial, a geotourism and educational potential to develop and to preserve. The Beni Millel Khnefra region has an important geological heritage built by its richness and diversity. It is characterized by a set of sedimentary, stratigraphic, magmatic, paleontological, and karst geosites of significant scientific, pedagogic, and aesthetic nature. These important geosites have become, in recent years, an attractive areas for tourists, especially foreigners. However, the anarchic and massive exploitation practice of these sites seriously threaten the preservation of this geological heritage. The objectives of this study is to carry out an inventory of potential geosites existing along of Beni Millel Teghlif Geotrial, which constitute a target for the Mugun Geopark, in order to increase a local geotourism attraction by enhancing geotourism and educational potential. In fact, the choice of this study area is explained by an educational interest marked by the links between geodiversity, biodiversity, and cultural heritage. As the maps show, study area is located in the central heartlands of Beni Millel. It extends from Beni Millel in the northwest to Eit Bulman in the southeast. Administratively, this territory is part of the Beni Millel Khnefra region in the Beni Millel and Azilal provinces. In the study area dominate the carbonate formation of Leis and the Dogars, detritic deposits of the Toarcian Upper Jurassic and Upper Jurassic magmatic bodies with different deposit modes. During this study, we start with the first step, which aims to identify sites of geological interest through the realization of an in-depth bibliographic study and analysis of topographic and geological data. The second step is carried out by field visit for description and collect of data concerning potential geosites with taken photos and GPS data. The next step is to validate sites of high heritage value using quantitative method and qualitative assessment according to BRILHA 2015 approach with some modification. The last step is to assess the vulnerability of this site and propose protection and enhancement measures, especially geotourism and education. The inventory carried out in study area reveals the existence of several sites of different categories as the map shows. The main one are 6 geosites of major scientific, touristic, educational interest. It should be noted that each of these sites contain more than 5 small secondary geosites. The result of quantitative evaluation using BRILHA 2015 methods show that the 6 inventory geosites have moderate to high scientific value, the most important of which is Askar and Eit Bulman. These same sites present a high educational value explained by geological diversity, which can serve as a didactic support adequate for all levels of education. Also, the inventoried sites show an important geotourist potential considering their richness, landscape beauty, and high interpretative potential which attract tourists. Concerning the risk of degradation, these sites have generally a moderate risk of degradation associated with the raid construction activities and quarries of rock extraction. The karst geosite of Juliet Formation, located 10 kilometers from Beni Millel, constitute one of the most spectacular geomorphosites in study area. The limestones and the dolomites of Juliet Formation are shaped by water that's given picturesque karst landform such as reniform landscape and variable shapes and size, and lapis. And the massive limestones and the dolomites are rich on oncoid, vadospisolite, oolite, and mini structure in TP. The fossils are presented by brachiopods and large lamellar branches in the leaven position. The Idman geosite, located 20 kilometers from Gimel, presents a very diverse geoheritage. In this site, we find the silts and sandstones of Azilal Formation, which show sometimes on their surface a piece of fossil woods. As well, the Vinwidan Formation containing abuturbations on surface and also rich on metric plated structure. The magmatic heritage come in form of seeds and intrusion. The greenish gabbroic seeds are interstratified in the Marlin limestone series of Vinwidan and Azilal formations. The magmatic intrusion occupies the heart of geosite. In outcore of this magmatic heritage, the alteration involved is very extensive in the form of onion pelt and balls, subsequently transformed to the arenite. The Jvilsgard geosite, as you can see, is located 6 kilometers south of Idman geosite. It is a tabular outcore kept by two basaltic flows interstratified in the Gettewa Formation. These flows are presented in prismatic form cut by deep valleys and drinking water sources. The sandstone bench of Gettewa Formation carry on their surface ripple marks, mud crack, and cross-beaded. The red beds constitute a real deposit of dinosaur bones. It is in this context we found conglomerates which contain fragments of dinosaur bones, and for the first time we found tracks, footprints of theropods and sauropods dinosaurs. This discovery of dinosaur footprints and bones gives more geological and paleontological values to the Teglev Tsenkling. The Tariite Pullman geosite is a very special site. It contains a very diversified geoheritage, a magmatic gabbroic intrusion accompanied by enclaves of Triassic pink clay. The intrusion occupies the heart of the anticlinal wrinkle of Sumerian Caryxian age attached to the numerous radiating dikes, which penetrate red beds. The contact between the magmatic intrusion and the limestone's flint is underlined by faults. These limestones are very rich on fossil represented by gasteropod, lamellar branches, and ammonite, and constitute a very diversified karst landform. Also, the study area has significant cultural and historical potential, marked by presence of a very interesting granary built on clay and stone. The Asakar geosite, located about 50 kilometers south of Teglev village, offer a real geotourism opportunities characterized by waterfalls, beautiful panoramic view of pure picturesque mountain range formed by the vertical limestones from Vinwidan Formation. There are pleated and vertically limestones with cross-beaded structure. In addition, the site contains a precious magmatic heritage marked by a greenish gabbroic intrusion and several dikes form part of the radiating dike of Teglev Tsenkling, without forgetting the architectural potential of this Berber village, which include a large number of fortified community granary which often fascinate visitors. The magmatic geosite of Tabarosh is located about 60 kilometers from Nimlal. It is marked by three dark basalt flows separated by silts and sandstone from Gtiwa Formation. These flows, sometimes vacuolar, are cut by centimetric dikes. Also, these geosites offer a beautiful panoramic view of Jebel Skat, Teglit Senklin, and the meandering aspect of Wad Labid River. The visitor can perceive a marvelous textures which originate within the vertical limestones of Bilwidan Formation. These carbonates are attached near the source to travertines. We can also visit a beautiful gorge sculpted in the limestone and marly limestone by the flow of Wad Labid. As a conclusion, the results obtained in this preliminary study constitute a first step in the inventory and enhancement of high atlas of liminal heritage and port vector of geotourism promotion in the region. The analyzed sites present great possibilities of using in interpretative touristic and educational activities. This action may contribute to the protection, integration, and dissemination of geoheritage in study area. The inclusion of geodiversity in the territory's management may help enhancing connections between people and nature and contributing to the conservation of natural heritage and human well-being. Thank you for your attention.